Simon, I think, right. It's your choice, I think.
Consonant, please, Carol.
Right, that's a B.
Vowel. Another consonant, please, Carol.
That's an L.
And another consonant.
Another L.
Vowel, please.
Please welcome Carol Vorderman. Now, what's your initial reaction, or what was your initial reaction
When we saw
that parody?
Oh,
yes.
it was hysterical. Richard went into a sulk. Richard Whiteley went into a sulk for about 3 weeks.
He would, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would, because that was it. And then we now do it in warm-up now when we're in the studio. The warm-up man goes and does his Richard impression and goes, right, 5, right, and he hates it. I do love him though, I do love him.
I mean,
but no, but I loved it. I thought it was hysterical.
I think it's probably a huge compliment.
I think you have to see it that way. I'm not forever.
Apart from the red stilettos they got you wearing. I've never seen you wearing
and it's the M, which I do, you see. You have to do, because otherwise you get 10,000 letters in saying, well, I can't understand. Is it an M or an N, or is it an S or an F that she says?
Yes, even though you're there putting them up on the screen as well.
M.
Now, apart from the aforementioned Richard's, sex god status, what do you think makes Countdown so absolutely...
What are you laughing at? There's a woman in the audience.
Something absolutely
It's
serious,
gorgeous, yes.
Yes.
What is it that makes Countdown?
Why is it so compulsive? I mean, it is.
It's
like...
I don't know why, and I am eternally grateful that it is. Believe me, I've been doing it 14 years now this year. 14 years. And I think what it was, when it started on Channel 4, and Channel 4 had all these hours to fill and had no ideas about what to put there. And we were the first programme on. And Nina Mishkov that week, right?
Yes,
Wally of the Week.
Nina.
Yeah,
yes.
Wally of the Week was Richard. And all the newspapers said, if this is the best that Channel 4 can offer, then this channel should close down immediately. That was all about Countdown, you see. It was just awful, it was the most awful thing. But now I think Countdown's kind of alternative, because it is so, it's slow, really, and kind of gentle. And
you get your 30 seconds.
You
That's
get your
fast
30
enough,
seconds.
Thank you very much.
And everybody says, so why have you got 60 seconds on the clock if you only use 30 of them? Should I tell you why? Because when we did the first programmes, it was 45 seconds. And then we found we couldn't fit them into the 25-minute programme. There was too much time going on. But we couldn't afford a new clock.
Oh, no.
So the clock stayed.
Yeah, now look.
Yeah,
two little secret things I want to ask you. First of all is, don't you ever feel like thinking, I want to get away from this darn board and do the whole show myself?
No.
Why am I stuck at this board?
No.
You could do it all yourself, couldn't you?
No, I couldn't do it myself.
All right then, okay.
No.
So that's the first secret thing. The next secret thing is, do you really do those sums
in
real time?
This is the
stop all the clocks
safest
and go away with your
no,
calculator and work it out? Because that's what we all think, isn't it?
Do you think that?
Yeah, you see?
No. Who said yes? No, we don't stop the clocks. We actually do it because, and then people send in to the programme, to the office, all these fantastic computer games, you see. In fact, we have a Countdown computer game now, but what they used to do in the past, say, oh, I've just written this computer game and this can do the numbers far faster than Carol. Please send this to Carol for her to look at. So I did file 13 straight in the bin. I thought, that's not having my job. Straight in the bin. Yes. But now I think I've probably got a job for a few months yet.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about that. But are people, when they meet you for the first time, are they slightly scared of you? Do they feel slightly intimidated by this woman who is well known as having the, a mass IQ of what, 6,046? Being the cleverest woman in the whole universe. I mean, does it take you a while?
According to who? Not according to my husband, that's for sure.
Well, that's a relief, isn't it? I mean, do you find, though, seriously, that there is a bit of a distance at first?
No, it's because I do sums on the telly, and it is the only job on the telly where anybody does sums. And traditionally, people are kind of a bit frightened, I suppose, of maths, particularly if you've been taught badly. So I suppose that's when people say, oh, yeah, she's bright. But, I mean, I'm not. I can do sums quite well.
Yes, oh, God, I know that. I know. How does an engineering graduate, a Cambridge engineering graduate, end up hosting or co-hosting a quiz show? How does that come about?
Well, what happened was this. I graduated and I'd worked for a company as a kind of engineering trainee manager making the tea, basically. And then after a year, my mum, it's a long story, but she was living in Diggs and I was living in Diggs, and we said, we can't afford to live in Diggs anymore, we'd better buy a house. And in those days, you could buy houses very cheaply up in Leeds, you see. So we moved to Leeds, and 2 weeks after, because my mum's hooked on newspapers, she'll read anything and everything, and she was reading the local paper, and it said, this new show called Countdown was about to start on this new channel, it's 1982, new channel called Channel 4. And they couldn't find anybody who could do this numbers game, and they were getting desperate. They didn't know what to do. This is what the story was about. So my mum wrote a letter. Isn't it dreadful? My mum wrote a letter.
Your mum got you on.
To say, my daughter's very clever with sums. Yes. Very good. Oh,
good
she
for
can
your
add up.
mum.
I know my
good
mum.
For you. So it was all down to Mrs. Vorderman. Mrs. Vorderman,
this strident, ambitious career woman. My mum wrote a letter.
Now, no, I have heard there's a bit of a rumour going round the television world that you and Richard, or it could be you and Fred Dinage, we're not sure yet, are about to become the new Hasselhoff and Anderson.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes.
You know, I don't know whether it's Baywatch or Colwyn
it's
Bay or whatever.
No, it's Richard Whiteley and I are about to star in Colwyn Baywatch.
Between you and me, I can't see him in those red pants strutting along.
No, it's more like a kind of blue and white striped affair, isn't it? It's not going to happen, don't worry. Oh, God, could you imagine?
But people have been comparing you and Pamela, though, haven't they?
No, that happened last year. That was a complete and utter make-up. That was story that was in. Did you read that in the newspapers?
I read it, yes.
Oh,
you were saying you're sexier than Pamela.
I never
It's probably
said
true.
That. I never said it. I read it in the newspaper. In fact, my mum came down in the morning, because she lives with us, and she came down and she said, I was listening to the radio last night, and it said something about you and Pamela Anderson. I said, you were dreaming. And they opened up the newspapers, and every newspaper said something about sexier than Pamela. I said, what is this? It was farce.
It might be a farce to
very
you,
funny,
but I'm sure a lot of
very
people would
funny.
agree with me.
Yes, it was
It
very
is
funny.
true. You are. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. But before you move
before
on, I want to tell you that we have dedicated our showbiz quiz to you.
Oh,
and your
that's
amazing brain.
nice.
Something that you will never need is one of these. But you brought it in, so you can explain what it is.
Now, how do you say it?
Now you have to open it. Look, you can't open it, you see. Mrs. IQ.
Thesaurus?
Thesaurus?
I don't know.
Thesaurus will
Thesaurus,
do.
I say. Anyway, you press the thing and you enter your word, and it's absolutely wonderful because then you can check your spelling, and then you can check words which mean the same thing, basically. But it hasn't got any other words for calculator. It says nothing else in
No,
there.
it's a
But it's
dictionary
marvellous.
as
You can
well.
play hangman with it. It's a dictionary. It does crosswords. This can entertain you for hours.
I'll tell you what the question is in a moment. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, Carol Vorderman.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, here is the question. What is the most commonly used letter in the English language? What is the most commonly used letter in the English language? That's right, Carol, but nobody
I
can
know
see
the answer
you.
to
If
that.
you know the answer, except for Carol, then the number to call is 0894 114444. That's 0894 114444. And our winner will be picked at random from all the correct answers. The lines will stay open until midnight tonight. We'll tell you the correct answer and who's won a week today. And congratulations to last Friday's winner, Gary Potter from County Durham, who knew that Sean Bean plays 006 in the film GoldenEye. He wins a pair of VIP tickets to any football match in the UK.